From on this, Antonella Teodoro. She specializes in the international shipping container industry. She joins me now from Chester in the UK. Hi there. Antonella, it's a pleasure. Thank you for being here with us. So we're hearing there's been progress in refloating the Ever Given, but just walk us through the immense economic impact its stranding has had.
Yes. Several aspects are to consider in this event. Many of these have been already highlighted in this week. One of the fascinating things is that when we think about the shipping industry is out of sight, out of mind. And here we are talking for a week about one vessel stuck in one canal. And why this is important? We have learned that it is a highway passing, through which 12% of the global trade pass every day. And one of the elements that is emerging is that the great majority of this cargo is in the hands of few shipping lines. So there are few shipping lines operating big vessels. So if something goes wrong, it can be very badly wrong. So it's not for me to say if it's right or wrong that only few shipping lines should operate, but their role is key in the global and international trade. The effects, the ship is almost seems to appear back on the sea, back on water, but the effect will be here for some time. The effect will be immense in terms of port congestion, especially on the Mediterranean. It will be some effect on the equipment, containers stuck in one part of the canal when needed on the other side of the canal as well. And what about the shipping lines? Are they going to stop, to pause on the booking? Who knows? Another big question is now, who is going to pay for this big event? And difficult to assess, difficult to quantify. What, however, seems to be emerging is that the rates that shipping lines are already asking for ships moving from Shanghai to Europe and Africa are already on the rising. The Shanghai index, in fact, last week reported a 2% increase already in the rates asked to move a vessel from Shanghai to Europe, and 12% increase on a weekly basis for South Africa. So difficult to quantify, but it seems the price is already on the rising. And another component, another player that, if you like, is going to pay for this is for sure the environment. Shipping lines are very likely to speed up. They will turn, some of them have already decided to have this long option through South Africa. And this will cost money in terms of fuel that will be burned, but in terms of pollution as well, because it's likely shipping lines will speed up to catch up with time.
So difficult to quantify indeed, Antonella, but what does it say about the fragility of the system of trade routes that one ship could have this much of an impact? Do you suspect there will be efforts to rethink the process?
Yes, this is something that has been highlighted for several parties for quite some time. So we estimated that 90% of the capacity, so the maritime services offered by the shipping lines is in the hands of 9 shipping lines. So this is quite something to consider. Again, it's not for me to say if it's right or wrong, but for sure they have a big role in the international trade. So for sure, something to consider. And given the big vessels, these are big vessels, difficult to rescue. And this is one of the another components that will be taken under scrutiny and try to avoid that similar events will occur again.
Antonella, can you just talk a bit or briefly about the impact on things like livestock? We understand there are live animals on ships that are stuck in the canal as well. What are the impacts of that?
I'm not sure how much of live animals, how many live animals will be on these vessels, but of course it's not, it's on the emotional side, it's not a nice thing to consider there are live animals there. So we are more likely considering goods that we like to use for our pleasure, for completing the production of other goods. Difficult to think about poor animals stuck on the vessels. So let's hope they will be free again and soon.
Of course. Antonella Teodoro, we appreciate your input. Thank you for that.